Hello, my name is Greg Higgins. I'm the Senior Systems Engineer here at Environmental Lights. And in this video, we're going to talk about setting up your RGB LinkUp LED controller and how to sync the remote to the controller or series of LinkUp controllers. Setting up your RGB LinkUp LED controller is a cinch and can be done in a few easy steps. Let's simplify the system by breaking it down into its main components. For this system, we need a power supply, we need a controller, and of course, some RGB LEDs. Once we have the proper components, we simply have to connect the dots, sync our remote to the receiver, and enjoy the show. To begin, make sure you're using the right power supply for your lights. Since we're controlling the lights on the low voltage or secondary side of our circuit, we should use a non-dimming power supply. If you're unsure about the size and style of power supply to use, check out this amazing video on how to choose the proper LED power supply for your LED lighting projects. Next, we have the controller. Our LinkUp controllers have two options for inputting power. Number one, the 2.1mm jack, and number two, we've got terminals for bare wire leads. The output terminals on the opposite side are labeled on the back side of the remote. However, sometimes it can be difficult to read, so this diagram will help. Lastly, we have our RGB LEDs. Our LinkUp controllers have relatively high capacities. However, there are limitations to how many lights we can power on each receiver. If you're controlling a 12-volt DC LED system, you should not exceed 144 watts. And if you're controlling a 24-volt DC LED system, you should never exceed 288 watts. Now this is the total power per controller. With that said, one of the great benefits to our LinkUp controllers is that if we run out of capacity or have multiple areas we want to control, we can easily link multiple controllers to a single remote as long as they're within about 100 feet of the remote's location. So, we have our power supply wired into our controller, and we have wired from the proper output terminals to our LEDs. Now, all we have left to do is sync the remote to our controller or controllers. To sync the remote to our controllers, first, disconnect the power for at least 10 seconds. Then, in a moment, we're going to reapply the power and press the speed increase button shortly thereafter. The timing of reapplying the power to the lights and pressing the speed button can be super sensitive and is sometimes tricky. Fortunately, I've got a little trick up my sleeve that will save you a lot of time and effort. Rather than pressing the speed button once and hoping to get the timing right, I like to consistently tap the button as I reapply the power. Most of the time, if I'm tapping the speed button quickly enough, one of those taps is bound to catch it at the right moment, and voila! We have absolute control. This can be done with a single controller and can also be done with multiple controllers at the same time. It's that easy. With any project, large or small, please feel free to give us a call. We're always happy to help.